Self-reliance. Are the challenges you're facing all your fault? Of course not. But there's a comfort that we get from having an excuse for the challenges we face in our lives. Whether we can justify blaming our issues on poor parenting, or a boss that hates us, or the universe in general, it's soothing to have an excuse to fall back on. However, even though some of the challenges we face are not our own fault, they are still our responsibility to manage and to overcome them. Even when things are not your fault, they are still your responsibility. #adulting. Because it's your life, and you are responsible for the outcomes in your life. It's a gift you've been given. Tell me I'm lying. In the comments, of course, tell me I'm lying. Don't try to tell me right now. And let's be honest. If you don't fix it, who will? Even if we did have bad parents, horrible parents, there's nothing we can do to change the past. We can only impact the future by taking responsibility for the challenges that are showing up now. In this video, we have a few tips for accepting accountability and control of our own lives. Stay tuned for Entity HR, online courses and coaching. Hello, and welcome back to Entity HR, online courses and coaching, where we offer free coaching sessions to all of our course enrollees. I'm Nakia. I'm your personal coach if you enroll in our courses at entityhr.org, or if you subscribe here to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on social media at Entity HR. Our session topic today is the root of self-reliance. Taking accountability and control of our challenges, our thoughts, our actions, and ultimately our lives. When we choose to see everything in our lives as our own responsibility, we can start making moves. We can start making changes. If we stay blaming other people, places, things for our challenges, we stay stuck waiting for an apology or a helping hand that may never come. My suggestion and assertion is that you choose. Choose to take responsibility specifically for any of the challenges you're facing in your life. It's a mindset shift that will ultimately touch everything you do, from your daily routine to your big plans and abstract dreams. By choosing to see everything in your own life as your own responsibility, we eventually grow in ways that we can see and feel. We may not always be able to explain it, but you can always see it and feel it. And you eventually begin to enjoy the power that comes with taking responsibility for your own baggage, your own challenges, your own actions and outcomes. You've heard the cliche 1,000 times, with great power comes great responsibility. Well, when you take responsibility, you do feel powerful. And that power is the self-reliance. You find out that you can take care of business and take care of yourself. Mentally, emotionally as well. It's liberating. Okay, before this video gets too long or too preachy, I wanted to share a few tips on accepting responsibility and control of our own lives, which, in my opinion, is the root of becoming a self-reliant adult. Tip number 1, avoid blaming, and that includes avoid blaming yourself. Taking responsibility and taking the blame are two very different things. Light up the comments if you agree or disagree that taking the blame and taking responsibility are two different things. Blaming yourself often makes you less effective. You get trapped in these feelings of guilt, anger, shame even. And does it really matter who's to blame when you've already decided that you're taking responsibility? Because that's the new mindset, right? Remember, it doesn't even matter if it's your fault or not. It's your life. You're solving the problem, regardless. Tip number 2, become aware of how you have personally contributed to your own challenges. If we're being honest, maybe you made a poor decision. Maybe you failed to act or failed to act on time. Look at the least satisfying parts of your life and determine how your actions may have helped create them. Be sure to also look at the great parts and give yourself some credit for that too. And remember, this is about taking responsibility without laying blames, as we suggested in tip number 1. Tip number 3, build your own self-esteem. Like the great Cat Williams once said, it's called self-esteem, esteem of your damn self. Can't help you with that. And the more self-esteem you have, the easier it is to deal with life's challenges in every area, your health, finances, you name it. If you've been avoiding responsibility for something, your self-esteem has been suffering for it. We know on the inside when we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And by turning around and finally taking responsibility for our challenges or something else you've been avoiding, we actually build self-esteem. They go hand in hand. Tip number 4. Remember, not everything's within your power to change. You can't make your boss like you, but you can find another job. You can't make your spouse stop drinking, but you can demand they get help and choose to leave if they don't. In the end, you can only control you. We must all learn to discern what things are actually in our control and out of our control, and avoid worrying about the things that are outside of our control, and put our energy where it counts most, on the things we can control. Tip number 5, take responsibility for the little things. Believe it or not, the little things are challenges too. The big things are more sexy and more exciting, I get it. But the little things often occur more frequently. And that is what makes them a great place to build confidence, small wins every day. In fact, not taking care of the little things often leads to the big things. So take responsibility for the everyday tasks that you face on a regular basis. If you're supposed to wake up at a certain time each day, brush your teeth every day, or get a certain chore task done each day, take responsibility and do it. And we feel better when we're keeping the promises that we make to ourselves, and our self-esteem increases. Tip number 6, be the best version of yourself. Hold yourself to a higher standard than anybody else will ever demand of you. It's the ultimate way to take responsibility for things that are facing you. Being the best version of yourself means doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Some of us, we can do this by taking better care of ourselves physically, our appearance or our health. And by health, it can be mental health, physical health, financial health. For some of us, being our best selves can mean giving advance notice when you're going to cancel plans or change an appointment instead of just being a no-show. It could be cleaning up more, organizing our COVID-19 workstation at the dining room table, and the list goes on. Be the best version of yourself every day. Use the comments to share some of the unique ways that you can be a better you. And last, but certainly not least, tip number 7, expect to be uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. When you're taking on a new mindset, that's a given. The people around you may even need some time to adjust to the new mindset. Taking responsibility is the opposite of avoiding responsibility, which is what some of us have been doing for far too long. So shifting, that's going to feel a little bit strange. Think about the area in your life where you've been avoiding responsibility or not facing a challenge. And if you've been watching this video this long, you probably already had the area in your mind. Now I have a follow-up question. Why did you avoid responsibility in this area in the first place? Answer: because avoiding responsibility was a lot more comfortable than taking responsibility. We all do it. And with responsibility comes a little bit of discomfort. But you can take comfort in the fact that your discomfort will provide a significant reward. Do you think that ultra successful people do more or less in the area of dealing with discomfort than the average person? Probably more. And they've gotten better at dealing with the discomfort in order to reach their goals, not letting it stop them. Accepting responsibility for the challenges in your life is a mindset shift that takes a lot of mental and emotional effort before you can even put it into action with your words and with your heart and with your hands. I won't lie to you. Accepting responsibility for the challenges that we're facing in our own lives is a lot of work at the beginning, but it means less work down the road because you're training yourself to be the kind of person who sees things that go off track and you make it your responsibility to get things back on track instead of being someone who blames or is waiting for someone else. And that's what self-reliance is. So avoid the false comfort of making excuses, the false comfort of blaming other people or blaming your circumstances for your challenges that you're facing. The fake comfort, the fake comfort that you're getting by blaming someone else, it costs way too much time, money, health, sanity, happiness, you name it, just to sit around waiting for someone to save you or waiting for an apology that may never come. Save yourself. And remember, in life, even when things are not your fault, they are still your responsibility because it's your life. And ultimately, you're responsible for your life, adulting. And if you don't fix it, who will? In closing, I hope our time together was both a benefit and a blessing to you all. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have at least one session like this a month. And if you subscribe, hit the notifications bell to keep up with our monthly coaching sessions here on YouTube. And please comment. Your comments are welcomed and they're encouraged. Please comment and engage us here. And if not here, on social media at Entity HR. Let us know what kind of courses or coaching topics would be useful to you and to the people you help lead and manage and influence in your own life. And for my readers out there, I didn't forget about the readers. We have a written blog that complements each video that we do here that can be found at entityhr.org. And no, it's not just a written version of the video. It has added value. You'll find a worksheet, a guide, or a fun listicle or something like that that reinforces what we discussed in the video. And for this particular session on self-reliance, we have a guide online. So feel free to take a peek in the descriptions and click the link that leads you to our website or directly to that guide. And thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. All the best to you and yours.